whoa, watch it. So week 6 and week 7 are done, and I had a really good experience. So I was able to ride on Thanksgiving. I did my first 50-mile ride. I was able to test out some new gear, and I narrowly avoided an accident. So the first week, week 6, I did the Thanksgiving ride. So this is the first time that I've ever done any exercise really before Thanksgiving. So it was a really good experience. I got out there, rode 20 miles, came back home. And the funny thing is, when I got back home, relaxed a little bit, watched some football, then we ate dinner. And I ate pretty much what I normally eat, as far as like I didn't change the food that I ate, and I ate about the same amount. But I felt a lot better afterward. So I don't know if you're after exercising, I'm thinking your body's at its optimal state as far as burning your calories and all that stuff. So I did feel good. I didn't feel bloated. I didn't feel all lethargic like I usually feel after Thanksgiving. So that was really interesting, just to have that feeling. And it was all in all, it was a great experience. Every Thanksgiving, I will be doing a Thanksgiving ride from now on, because it just makes me feel that much better. And the funny thing is too, that I was motivated to ride, or motivated to work out before Thanksgiving, where I was never motivated to work out before Thanksgiving in the past. And that's just, I don't know, it's a good feeling just to think, yeah, you know what I want to do before I eat Thanksgiving? I want to work out. Usually people will wait until after, and I was the same way. I wait till after Thanksgiving or after the holidays, after the new year, and then you want to work out after that because you've gained all this weight, or you feel that you gained all this weight, or you just feel out of shape. So that was really good. Now, a few days later, I decided, I'm going to do a long ride, and let's see if we can break a record here. So in the past, I did a 40-mile ride. That was my longest. So I set myself up, went out to Santa Ana Trail, and that's in Orange County, California. I was out in like Anaheim Hills area. So I knew the marker was showing me 22 miles to the beach, and I wanted to make it to the beach. So I knew already if I made it to the beach and back, that would be like 43, 44 miles. So I was already going to break a record there. And so I got out, started riding the Riverbed Trail, and this is a real nice trail. They've really done a lot of work to the Santa Ana Trail, and it looks really nice. They have bathrooms. They have so many different things there. So it's a real good setup. All right, so we are almost back. I say we, but it's just me. So I'm in Anaheim right now. I'm right by Angel Stadium, which is right there. You can see it off in the distance there. And I'm on the Santa Ana Riverbed Trail. Still here. Got a nice little play area for the kids. You have water over here, and down the road there are a few different stops where they have restrooms and stuff like that. So this is a really nice bike trail. This is one of the best bike trails that I've been on. So actually this is the best one, because the other ones, they don't have all these different little amenities, as well as the bike lanes are a little rougher than these. These are a lot smoother. So I'm gonna have to get out of here though, because I want to make sure I get back before it gets dark. I'm at about 37 miles right now, and I have about 10 miles to go. So that'll be close to 50. My longest in the past, ride in the past was 40 miles. So I'll be beating that today. And if I still feel good once I get back to the car, I'll probably do another 10 miles just to make it 60. So that's all I have for you guys right now. I don't know if I'll do another video, because if it does get dark, I won't be able to. So I'll sign off here. All right, we're at about 43 miles right now, and my legs are dying right now. So I've tried to lower my cadence down, or my gears down, and they just don't want to go anymore. So we'll get back to the car and we'll see. But I might not even go the 50 today. So this is the first I've gone ever, so that's good. But I'm gonna have to do a little more conditioning, I think, if I want to get to 50. So that's it. We're out of here. Talk to you guys later. So on my way back, you saw I was really struggling, and I would say about 35, 36 miles in, my legs started to get tired. I could feel them getting tired, where I was pedaling and I just couldn't keep pedaling. I had to stop a little bit, coast, and then pedal some more, and then coast, and then pedal. So I was getting to that point. So I knew I was really, that 35 to 40 mile mark is kind of where my limit is. And I was able to push through it though. So I get back to the car and I have about 43, 44 miles already done. But I decided I want to do 50. I want to at least hit that milestone. And so that's what I did. I got out and I kept riding. So I took a little break, then I kept riding and rode around the park a little bit, and then got back on the trail, rode a little bit, then came back. And then that last mile, I wanted to sprint. I just wanted to see what I had left. And so that's when I just opened it up at the very end. And I was able to, I still had a little bit left. Like I'm not exactly sure how many miles or how many miles per hour I was going, but it was at least over, I think it was like 21, 22 miles an hour. So that felt good just to let it out. And for me right now, that's where I am, like 20, I think 23 on a flat is probably about the fastest that I've gone. So it felt good. It felt really good. And along, just on that ride, that 50-mile ride, I also tested some gear out. So I tested my helmet out. I got a new helmet. And so I got the Giro Synth helmet. And I got a really good deal on that helmet, so I couldn't pass it up. And I needed a new helmet. So I will be doing a full review of the helmet. I did kind of an unboxing a couple of videos ago, but I'll do a full review of the helmet. And I just wanted to wait a couple of weeks so I can kind of really give you my honest opinion of what I think of the helmet. So it was good. I mean, it was the first ride with the new helmet. I was doing 50 miles, so it was going to be really a good test. So I was out there, and the helmet it held up. It felt fine the whole time. Although the helmet's a little heavier than my old helmet, we're talking like 6 grams. It's 306 grams, as opposed to the old helmet was 300 grams. It felt good, and it felt less. It felt less like it felt like I didn't have a helmet on, as opposed to the other helmet. You can really, you have a helmet on. This one, because of the cage that's around it, that's around your head, you really don't feel like you have a helmet on. And there's a lot of circulation in the helmet, so you really can't tell that you have a helmet on. That was that. Now, I want to talk about this last part because this is really something that's important. And I go out to this trail every day. So this is not the Santa Ana Trail. We're talking about Long Beach now. So I go out to Long Beach, the Boardwalk Trail. I love riding on the boardwalk. And partly because it's active, there are people there and all that, but that also has some drawbacks. And I almost got into an accident with another bike out there. And this happens from time to time where you'll have close calls. This was probably the closest call that I've had. And I want to kind of walk you through this whole situation because I thought it was really one of those deals where people just were not paying attention, and we almost had a real bad situation. So if you see here, and I'll show the video here. So you see I'm coming down, and I'm right behind this big bike, and this bike, it seats like 4 people. I think you could put kids in the front and the back and all that good stuff. And I see the bike. Now I'm watching the bike. I see the bike pull over to the right. Now you see the bike, it's over to the right. So I'm thinking they're doing either one of two things. They're resting, or they're gonna turn around. And so I'm watching them. And so as soon as they pull over to the right, I have my eyes on them. I'm watching them because I'm waiting to see what they do next. Now I'm still moving, so I'm hoping that something happens before I get right up on them. And I'm hoping that if they're going to make a U-turn, they're going to look first. But I start seeing the wheels turn like they're going to make a U-turn, or they're going to make a left turn, or they're going to, get back on the bike lane. But the wheels keep turning to the left, so I know they're not just getting back on the bike lane. They looks like they want to make a U-turn. Now, I'm still waiting to see if they're going to pay attention, and I look to realize, okay, we have to look before we make the turn, but they never look. And so right when I get up to that point where I see that they're not looking, that's when I yell out to them, and then they respond by just stopping, which is perfect. That's exactly what I would want, so I can go around them. Whoa, watch it. And I still had some space, so I knew even if they didn't, and in my head I'm thinking about this, even if they kept going to make their U-turn, I would have had to pull off, either hit the sand or kind of like hop over to the running lane. So it's just one of those deals where you really have to pay attention. Now, if I hadn't been paying attention and I'm just riding along and they started making their U-turn, I would have ran right into them. And it's one of those deals, when you see people on these 4-person bikes, you really want to pay attention to them, because they're out there just having a good time. They're not really paying attention a lot of the time, and it's a bad situation just waiting to happen. And I've seen, I watch them all the time, and I've seen them going the wrong way on bike lanes, and for them it's just fun. It's a way to get out and be social, and they're not really paying attention. And honestly, I probably would have got the worst end of that, because it's almost like hitting a car, really. So that's a situation that happened there. But just to wrap everything up, I had a really good time the last 2 weeks, and I really feel myself getting more in shape. And I'm still watching my heart rate. My heart rate's dropping down a lot faster, so right down to the resting rate where I want it, and right after my rides and things like that. So even before my ride, now I notice my heart rate is pretty low before I start riding. Whereas, and when I say before I start riding, when I get out, get my stuff out of the car and get ready and everything, I usually check my heart rate right before I go. And usually my heart rate's a little bit higher, but now it's still, it's under the resting rate. It's under 80 beats per minute. Which is good for me, because in the past it's been high, 85, 90, before I even start riding. So just monitoring things like that. As far as my clipping in, the pedals, I'm getting to that point now where I'm not even looking down. Like I'm forcing myself now, because I don't want to have a habit of looking down, because if I look down every time, then muscle memory is going to tell me to look down. Even though I don't really have to. So now I'm forcing myself to not look down and just fight through it. So I'll just push off, I'll go, and I can feel now with my left foot, I can feel if I'm on the right, like I can feel if the pedal is the right way. And that's the main thing. So if the pedal's the right way where I can clip in at some point, then that's what I want. Because all I know, generally what I do is, once I have the pedal the right way and my foot's on the pedal and I'm trying to find the area to clip in, I just move my foot around a little bit and I usually find it. And if I'm still pedaling at the same time, so if I'm pushing my left foot down and kind of moving it around while I pedal, it'll find its way and just clip in. So I've gotten to the point now where I don't need to look down, and I'm forcing myself not to look down. And just because I don't want to be in that situation where I'm looking down at the wrong time. So all in all, everything else, no issues at all. I will keep testing all the new gear and stuff that I get. I'll do some full reviews, like I said. I'll be putting out a review of the helmet probably the next couple of days, and just to let you guys know exactly what I think about it. But everything has been great. Like, I'm glad that I picked up on the cycling, and I'm moving forward. It's just great. So I'll be putting out week 8 coming up, and that's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you guys have any tips, any pointers, anything like that, please post in the comments below. So far, you guys have been great. I mean, I've had a lot of people come out and just let me know a variety of different things in the comments about different tips and where to go to buy this and looking at this. And I love all that stuff, because I'm new, I'm just starting out. And there are other people that are also commenting that they're new and they're just starting out. So I think as a community, we can really help each other out. So I really appreciate that. I'm also doing live streaming, so I do that on Mondays. for the most part. Last Sunday I did one, but on Monday I'll be doing live streams, and then periodically I'll just come on live every once in a while. But I'll let you guys know ahead of time so you can stop by. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.